I'm going to jump back to the Tracey thing because Tracey just walked in here, and I don't know if you heard what the conversation was, Trace.
No, I didn't. I got a phone call from somebody in the back office, and then I was told to come in here and address Benjy. I think Benjy had something else he wanted to say to me.
Yes.
No, I had asked Benjy if you guys had.
Okay, on the left, no yelling. On the right, no barking.
I had asked Benjy if you guys had patched things up since the last time you sort of got into it. Benjy made a comment that he went to Gary to talk to you about it. You said you had no interest in it, and Benjy feels that. And Benjy, if I'm putting words in your mouth, well, I guess I am, but tell me if I'm wrong here. Benjy feels that you're not always very nice to people and are demeaning.
No,
Was
not
that the right
everybody
word?
is very nice to people. And Benjy, I told you last time I was in here, you and I don't have to be friends. We don't have to like each other. I don't have to sit and shoot the shit with you. Like, if you need something for work, you're welcome to come into my office like you did yesterday to get it from me. But other than that, I mean, do I have to bow down and kiss you every time I see you?
That would be kind of cool.
Well, that's great, but it's not going to happen.
But you do go to the other extreme. And you're right. You don't necessarily have to say words to be mean to people.
Because I won't look at you? I mean...
Well, yeah, when you pass people in the hall, there's a way to be polite, and there's also a way...
I don't need to be polite to you, and I'm not mean to you. I don't bark at you as you like to think that I do.
Trace, listen, like I said, in the past, there's been times when we've gotten along, times when we haven't. But I do think, whether it's me or other people, there's often times when you treat people unnecessarily in a mean way.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion, and that's fine. I whatever you want to think. Like you said, there are times that you would come in my office. We talked about playing tennis together. The 5% of the time you get that Benjy, that's great. The 95% of the time you don't get the Benjy, that's what I don't want to deal with. I'm better off just walking past you.
Benjy plays tennis?
What does he do to you?
That's a shocker.
Like, what does Benjy do to you to put you in that frame of mind?
You know, one of the things about me is that I don't like people that lie. I don't like people that take advantage of things and people, and I don't like shtick. And when Benjy comes in my office and we sit and we talk about things, we talk about childhood, we talk about tennis, we talk about anything, it's great. But that lasts a minute, and then the next time he's banging into me in the hallway like he's pretending he didn't see me walking down the hall because it's shtick and there's a fucking camera around.
I've never accidentally I've never intentionally
Benjy,
bumped into you.
You've done it 1,000 times. Well, every time that now you just avoid me, which is fine, and I prefer it that way.
I swear I've never intentionally bumped into you.
You intentionally act oblivious, like you don't see anything around you, like you're this little space cadet Martian that's la la la.
You know, maybe I am a little
bit
because people have said sometimes it seems like I don't see people around me. So maybe that's happened. If it has, I do not mean to invade your space.
Fine.
Watch where you're going.
I mean, I like to keep things real. One of the reasons why they gave me that show is because I tell it like it is and I say what I feel and I like to tell the truth. And maybe that makes me a cunt. Maybe that makes me a bitch. I don't really care. But, I mean, that's the way it is. And you're 95% of the time the extreme opposite of that. And I just don't want a part of it. I don't want a part of it. I'm entitled to that.
Are you looking forward to the open?
Am I done now? My pain is relieved. Everything that you said, that I didn't waste the time of hearing myself.
It just seemed like Benjy wanted to get on good terms with you.
No, listen.
Benjy doesn't care if he's on good terms with me or not.
Actually, I do, Trace. I do like you, and I do like working with you, and I like a lot of people.
Even though I'm mean and I scour when I walk down the halls, and I'm such a bitch.
Yes, people can have multiple parts of their personality, and I do think you treat a lot of people meanly.
Okay, well, you're entitled to think that. And, you may think that, and a lot of time I do have to walk around with a fucking puss on my face and all this shit. You try being the only girl back there, and quite frankly, these guys, a lot of them do not respect me, and if you're not going to respect me, you're going to fear me, because I'm going to make sure I get what I need to get done any way I have to do it, and that's the end of the story. If it offends you, I'm sorry. I have a job to do, I do it, and I'm going to get it done the way I need to do it.
Well, I think I've always treated you in a respectful manner.
Yeah, I could tell when you barked at me and called me a bulldog. That was respectful.
That was on the air when we were arguing, and I apologize for that.
No, you apologized to Gary to apologize to me.
I tried to, because at that time, I didn't think it would be appropriate when we were in the middle of that huge fight.
That was a month ago.
To go
How come
up
you
to
haven't done it since?
I've left the door open. I said, Tracey, I'd like to talk to you. I have said that.
You have not said that to me.
Honestly,
you have not said that to me.
Trace, I did.
When did you say that to me?
You said just walk out of here. I came into your office.
That was
about
like
two weeks later.
No,
it was
not
after
2
the
weeks
break.
later. It
was after the break.
Whoa!
I'm just fucking around.
It was not 2 weeks later.
It was. there's been a lot of people here that you've all of a sudden stopped talking to for months.
That may be, because sometimes instead of my being, the yeller or whatever, whatnot, I just don't want to deal with it.
But just
so
not
I don't
talking
deal with
to
it.
people,
listen, the people that I need to have a relationship with, I have a relationship with. The people I like as friends, I'm friends with. Teddy and I have had gone for a month. Teddy's one of my best friends here. It's part of life.
And there's people you've done it and you've made it uncomfortable for them to coexist with you in the office.
Oh, well, I'm sorry if they feel that way. I'm not really here to care about that. That's not what I'm here for. That's not why I get a paycheck. You do your job. What I do does not affect your job. If anything, I just give you more material. So I don't see what the problem is.
I think it's part of it. It's not exactly, you can't put exactly a finger on it, but a nice, pleasant office atmosphere is part of a business.
Okay, Benjy, this being in here now is the first time I've seen you today. So where has my not talking to you ruined your day today? How has it made this not a working environment for you?
Tracey, I'm talking about when I come in, I have to ask for something, and the way you breathe, the way you.
I didn't breathe like when you came in yesterday for the Fred picture, and I was in there with somebody, and you looked and you said, "Hey, Gary sent me in here to get a picture." I said, "Okay, they're in the cabinet. You couldn't find it. I got up and I helped you."
I'm talking about
Other
the
than
size.
that, I haven't seen you.
I'm talking about the size.
I sigh at everybody. I'm a sigher. I sighed 87 times on the microphone last night. You think people are calling to complain because I sigh? I'm sorry you don't like my breathing patterns. What am I going to do?
But you treat people poorly when you do that.
Okay, well,
and I bet a lot of people here would agree.
I'm sure a lot of them would. And like I said, you're not going to respect me, then fear me. I don't care.
I don't fear you.
Care. But the point is if you don't like the way I act, then stay away from me. Okay?
And again, I don't think that's
when
a proper.
I need to work with you.
That's not a proper way in an office, I don't think.
Again, I'll work with you when I need to work with you, and that'll be it. What do we need to have other than that?
We don't.
Exactly. Thank you.
Trace,
now I have work to do, so I'm going to go. What?
Who do you think doesn't respect you? Like you say, fear means who else doesn't respect you?
At the end of the day, I replaced somebody that got walked over all over the place, and that was one of the reasons why I'm here. I am not going to let anyone walk on me. I'm not going to let anybody push their shit on me. We all see what goes on in this office, where every other day I have somebody getting on the Sibian, somebody being called this, somebody being called that. It's not a big respect of women kind of atmosphere here. Do you not agree with that?
Wait, you're saying people going on the Sibian?
I'm saying the way that guys in this office treat women or look at women, it's not an easy office to work in. And unless you're a woman in this office, you have nowhere to give me an opinion on this, Benjy, because you're not a woman.
Well, a lot of people say I'm effeminate.
That may be.
Well, do you feel like Robin and Lisa G are disrespected?
It's different. Robin's here. She does her job. She's on the air. No one's going to fuck with Robin. And Lisa G doesn't work back there. And quite frankly, people don't really spend a lot of time in the office with Lisa G. There's not a real working relationship there. She doesn't work with them. It's very different. I'm the only one back there. Do we not disagree?
No,
do we not agree on this?
I agree that you're the only woman back there, of course.
And you see how I hold the stance for myself. But Gary, do you not agree? I replaced somebody who got walked over because they made it easy.
Yeah, I do agree that we when we were looking for somebody, we were looking for somebody who would run a little bit of a tighter ship. There's no doubt.
And I run a tight ship. And I'm sorry if I offend anybody. Hey, I apologize. Life is life. I'm not fucking perfect. But I get my shit done, and that's what I'm here to do.
Hey, I think you have every right to feel the way you want about show elements. But do those show elements offend you?
They don't offend me, but this is something I enjoy as entertainment. That's my entertainment. When it comes to work, my work is my work. It's not like anyone saying, hey, Tracey, can you come in and ride the Sibian? I'm not... It's apples and oranges. I like the Howard Stern show. I was a fan of the show before I ever worked here. That's the apple. Working here, getting shit done, asking people to do things is completely different.
Has it ever manifested itself, like things that happen on the show, the way people treated you off the show?
To be honest with you, coming in here, you know damn well what to expect in that sense. I mean, if I could tell you how many tit jokes I've put up with and how many, cock jokes and whatever and the sexual harassment.
Well, you do have a big cock hanging in your office.
I have two cocks in my office, and I have a pair of Genoboobs. That's fine. Actually, I threw away the Genoboobs. That's fine. What? Somebody pulled off a nipple. It's, it is what it is. And I'm just as guilty of the sexual harassment as everybody else. And you have to come in here knowing that that's going to happen. But those are jokes and fun. when I ask somebody to do something or it's something work related, that's where you still have to draw the line. And that's true in any industry. But I'll go out and drink with you. I'll go out and be your friend. I mean, half those guys back there I hang out with socially. It's not like we don't have a relationship outside of the show, but we don't discuss it outside of the show. Work is work. I'll fight with Jason about a CD. That weekend I'll be at his house for a party. I mean, it is what it is. You just have to know the difference.